Charter Captain Bob Hines loves to get newcomers hooked on fly fishing. And recently, well, he hooked up with Paul Roberti at Adderville Farms, and a bond immediately formed.
Yeah, just go. I'll just tell you if you need to stop. I thank you for coming out and fishing with me today. It's kind of nice of you. And we still have a beautiful day at the end of October. Oh, this is fabulous. This is like heaven.
But in July of 2003, Paul Roberti's life turned into hell. The accomplished athlete paralyzed after being struck by a car while competing in a triathlon.
Just kind of tip me back. So you put me there, you go.
Oh.
Now we're going to go forward.
I got you.
All right.
Tell me how far.
Right there. And we're on my favorite rock.
Huh.
I'm always here. Usually every morning by 9 o'clock when the sun is nice and warm, I'm here. My life has changed dramatically. Before I got injured, I was a certified athletic trainer. And I taught, and I also taught physical education, and I was a head trainer at a prep school.
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful life.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely wonderful. My job was like yours. It wasn't work at all. It was taken away from me in an instant. As fast as you can blink your eye, that's how fast it was gone. In life, every day, you have two choices.
Yep.
Only two.
Yeah.
One, you can stay in bed and cry, or you pick yourself up. I can stay home every day and cry and say, oh, it was me. This is what happened to me.
Right.
Or I pick myself up and I go and fly fish and I enjoy my life.
Yes, Paul never fly fished before he was in the chair.
This is something, Bob, that I've always wanted to do for many, many years and never really had the opportunity to do it. So now that I got injured 5 years ago, now I have all the time in the world to do really whatever I want.
Right.
And I said, that's it, I'm going to take up fly fishing. Always watched fly fishing especially, and I was always amazed by the casting. And then to be able to pick the right fly and trick the fish into taking your fly over all the other flies on the water is just amazing. And that's what I love about this activity, about this sport.
It's a great sport. Problem I think is trying to find places where you can do it.
Yes.
Where you have enough room to back cast. If you were fishing like the Wood River and stuff.
Yes.
Do you find that as your fly swings that you get yourself tangled more often, and that
Quite
becomes
often,
a problem?
Down at the Wood River, there's a lot of places where I try to go that has a lot of trees behind me or bushes behind me,
Right.
and it's difficult to backcast there.
Right.
And I would either get frustrated because I went down and I couldn't backcast, for one. Number two, the place wasn't really wheelchair accessible enough for me to get down.
Yes, handicap accessible isn't always enough.
But they're different for handicap accessible and wheelchair accessible.
Okay.
They're two different things entirely.
And it does have its challenges.
What I have to remember when I cast is that I have to make sure that I keep my tip up.
Right.
Because I'm much lower to the ground than an able-bodied person. How is my casting, sir?
Your casting is very good. You know, it reminds me of, like, you know, when I sit in a float tube and I'm very low to the water. Very good, because, you know, it's like you're fishing in a float tube 100% of the time.
Hearing that from Bob Hines, I feel very good today. You made my afternoon.
And his favorite rock on the trout pond at Adderville Farm.
You make a cast and you get on a beautiful rainbow. I'm assuming you have a net with a nice long handle.
Usually I have my net with me, but I didn't take it down today because I figured you're going to be here.
I'm going to be the gilly.
And if I land one, you can take it off for me.
You're all the way there, other than being able to find spots where you can comfortably fish.
Absolutely. And there's no reason why anybody who's in a wheelchair or who has a special need can't do this sport.
Right.
It's a sport that I think if you love the outdoors, you're going to have a blast doing it. You'll have such a great time. And on days when you can use a dry fly.
Oh, that's the best.
Ah!
They come up and eat it.
And they come up out of the water and they just take it and boom.
Yeah.
Ah, that's...
Paul certainly has adapted.
quite obvious that you can come down here. You have plenty of room to backcast. You have the accessibility of your favorite spot, which you've adapted to, and you know you're comfortable here.
What I
And
did,
did you see that wonderful
there's a
fish
nice
that
little
came
rainbow that just jumped up.
You're on the wrong rock.
I'm on the wrong, always on the wrong side of the wrong side of the pond to catch a fish. You know what's really nice about fly fishing is that there's so much to learn about it.
Yeah.
It's like you never learn it all. There's always something new
That's right.
to come up with.
I want something that's going to get down a little bit deeper for you, okay?
You need a bead head?
Yeah, I'm going to put a little olive bead head on. We'll try.
And soon, their efforts paid off.
Oh, it's not a bad fish. Tip of the rod
Come
up.
on.
Keep them nice and tight.
All right.
Keep stripping, strip, strip. Put a nice little bend in the rod. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Ah, you want to play? Okay. He still wants to play a little bit.
Yeah, you enjoy them.
He's a good size.
I hope so.
Whoa!
Oh, I got light tippet, so there's light tippet on there. So if he wants to run,
Let him go. Come on, baby. Come on. This sport is a great sport for anyone, no matter if you're able-bodied or if you sit in a wheelchair or have any kind of special need. You
Yep.
can come out and do this activity.
Okay.
And it needs to be accessible to everyone. And if it takes legislating to get it done, it has to be done. Yes?
nice rainbow.
Oh, rainbow.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty fish. Thank you so much, sir.
You kidding? This is
You are the man.
This is great fun.
And I thank you
You're
again
kidding me. You're more
for
than welcome.
coming out
I enjoyed your
and
company.
taking the time and doing this with me, Bob.
Okay.
And the sun is going down on our day.
Yep, a good one though.
Paul is actually also a world-class wheelchair fencer. And if you'd like to get in contact with Paul to help him with his cause to get greater wheelchair access for fishermen, or if you're interested in Paul giving a motivational speech to your organization, you can talk to Paul at 401-374-3443 or email him at paul@paulroberti.com.